Back in early 2020, there was no vaccine. We barely knew what COVID-19 was. 3 years since the first known case in Colorado, so much has changed.
I feel like it's not safe for me to walk, and I would like it to be safer.
Teenagers are helping come up with solutions to make the streets they walk and bike to school safer for one city in Colorado. And it is a special night at Ball Arena for the Avs. Ariel Orsuto joins us to give us a special preview of Pride Night. Let's start with the live look outside our station here at Spear and Logan. You look at the bottom right of your screen, you see those flags are whipping around this afternoon. It has been a windy day outside today. We've been under a red flag warning in the Denver area. Fire departments like West Metro Fire say they have extra resources on standby due to the higher fire danger. Let's bring in Lauren Robinson now to talk about that, but also the winds are starting to die down from what they were.
That's exactly right. They're going to get even calmer as we continue on throughout the rest of the evening, but we do still have about an hour or so left under that red flag warning here in the Denver metro area. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions because those temperatures will be cooling down as well. So tomorrow we'll get a lot of sunshine, but temperatures will be about 10 degrees lower than what we enjoyed this afternoon. 41 right now at DIA, a good mix of sun and clouds. It feels like 30 out there with winds coming in from the north-northeast at 26 miles per hour. So as we take a look at our HD Doppler radar, we do have the one area still seeing those scattered snow showers. We were expecting that. That's going to be the northwestern corner of the state. The rest of us staying dry. So because of that snow falling in the northern mountain ranges, we do still have winter weather advisories that'll be in effect until early tomorrow. And as far as those red flag warnings, the ones for Denver metro area expire at 6 o'clock, but we do still have red flag warnings in effect for the southeastern corner of the state until 7. So we're going to continue to watch for that very dry, windy air. We also have high wind alerts in effect until later this evening, wind advisories and high wind warnings. We're going to continue to watch for that. And an air quality alert we had just expired, so that's good news for the south central corner of the state. But as we take a look at what we're expecting here, our headlines, the winds will calm down overnight. Tomorrow will be sunny but cooler, and we do have snow chances coming midweek. So I'll have all of those details for you just ahead of my full 7-day forecast.
Thank you. Today marks 3 years since the first known COVID-19 case was reported in Colorado. 3 years. Can you believe that? March 5th, 2020, the state health department reported that first case was a man in his 30s. He was visiting Colorado on a ski trip after having traveled to Italy, where we now know COVID was very quickly spreading. Since then, researchers have said it's likely there were cases even before that man's case here in Colorado. During the last 3 years, the state reports more than 1.7 million cases of COVID in Colorado, more than 76,000 people hospitalized for COVID, more than 14,000 have died. In December of 2020, Colorado got its first shipment of the COVID-19 vaccines. And today, 71% of Coloradans have gotten their initial 2-dose vaccination. The Biden administration plans to end the coronavirus public health emergency starting in May. That means not all COVID tests and vaccines will be free any longer. This is a significant step in the road to the end of the pandemic. Tomorrow, Vice President Kamala Harris will be traveling to Denver. She will be part of a conversation about the administration's climate change efforts. The White House has not released specific details about her visit, like where and when the vice president will be visiting. Also tomorrow, the Commerce City Police Department will swear in the new police chief for that community, Daryl Guadnola. 27 years of law enforcement experience, most recently as the division chief of Wheat Ridge Police. He's also worked with Brighton and Greenwood Village's police department. CDOT and a local nonprofit are working to keep kids safe while they bike or walk in Commerce City. People there tell us a lot of the infrastructure is older and could be a lot safer for kids who are trying to get to school. 9 News reporter Luis De Leon talked to the group on how teenagers will actually be leading this project.
Something as simple as getting to school can prove to be a challenge for some kids in Commerce City.
I feel like it's not safe for me to walk, and I would like it to be safer.
8th grader Manuel Guardiola has grown up here and thinks the streets as a whole need to be improved.
Many times in the streets there would be like trash, broken bottles, rocks, and the sidewalks are also very dirty.
It's why he's one of 8 teens on a newly formed Traffic Safety Youth Advisory Board in the area. It's led by the nonprofit Adelante Community Development after getting a grant from CDOT and the Governor's Highway Safety Association.
You know, it's just like a perfect mix of challenges.
Maria Zubia is Adelante's Health Equity Director and also grew up in Commerce City. She's recruiting teens to join the board.
Parents don't feel safe sending their kids on their bikes to school because of the traffic issues that we have and the narrow sidewalks and the narrow roads.
According to CDOT, last year there were 11 traffic deaths in Commerce City and 82 traffic deaths in Adams County. Zubia believes the city's street infrastructure has not kept up with the increasing number of drivers. Using an intersection outside of Adams City High School as an example.
It's a huge intersection. And when you see the kids come out and go into the school, you're like, wow, it's like a wave of kids that are walking across that road that is dangerous.
She says the board is already in the process of making its first survey to give to parents to help guide what they think are the top issues facing the streets.
Yeah.
So kids like Manuel can have a safer future.
Maybe more people can walk and be more free in the streets without being uncomfortable.
So Zubia also tells me that they're looking to actually fill the board with up to 15 teenagers, so 7 more than they have now. They hope to submit their findings and ideas for how to improve the streets by the end of this year. And Jenny, she also says they're hoping to eventually present to City Council as well.
It's so cool to get teenagers involved in stuff that's going to directly affect them.
And Zubia also tells us that a lot of the families that they work with in general, a lot of those families, maybe they only have one car. It's dependent on the children to actually get themselves to school, which is why they feel this perspective is so important.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tonight, the Avs will take on the Seattle Kraken, and it is a special night with much more than just hockey. Ariel Ursuto joins us now from Ball Arena to tell us about Pride Night for the Avs tonight. Ariel?
Yeah, and Jenny, first of all, the Avs need to take care of some business on the ice as well. 2 consecutive losses, as you and I talked about last night, both of those coming with 7 goals against them apiece. But at least they get Cale Makar back for his first home game since going through 2 consecutive concussion protocols. Now, as far as their off-the-ice celebrations, they are celebrating Pride Night, something they do every year, and they are celebrating hockey is for everyone. It's a sentiment that I spoke with Alex Newhook when we sat down for our one-on-one.
Throughout the years, I think the Avalanche has actually been one of the premier teams in promoting Pride.
You know, it seems to get the crowd going a lot, and you know, even when we kind of do those things on the jumbotron, but you know, promote Pride, everything like that, it seems to get a good, you know, good rise in the crowd, and to have a lot of people come together for this night, you see, you know, a lot of people, you know, expressing it in the crowd and around the community. It's great to see, and we love to kind of bring everyone out for it.
Around the NHL this year with Pride Nights, there's been a few controversial nights where people didn't want to wear their jerseys, the warm-up jerseys, that is. How do you think that your team would react to that if somebody didn't want to?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really, you know, speak on behalf of other people and what their thoughts were, you know, for that kind of a thing. But you know, I know in our room everyone is, you know, everyone's excited for this kind of a night. Everyone wants to, you know, be a promoter of Pride and you know, in the community, and so I think it'd be frowned upon in our room. You know, obviously we're you know, we're a very inclusive group and community here in Denver, and you know, everyone's kind of on board in the same direction with that.
There's a lot more of that conversation between me and Alex Newhook. You can see all of that coming up tonight at 9 and 10, Jenny.
For the folks at home who maybe don't know this, Ariel, you covered this team through their entire Stanley Cup run. You have been on the road with them and seen how big this fan base really is and understand really how important it is for inclusivity and reaching all the fans. This is a passion project for you too, Ariel, and it's interesting and how fun for you to get to cover this tonight too, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just mentioned it. It's a passion project for me because, first of all, I mean, as a gay sports reporter myself, first of all, I'm a hockey fan first and foremost. So it's really important that I see myself represented there on the ice. And I've been speaking to people throughout this entire run, and they talk about how important it is that they can see themselves out there on the ice, because then, you know, they say hockey is for everyone. Well, finally, they feel like it really can be for them, and they can get out and try it. Heck, I even tried playing hockey this year, and it was actually a lot of fun. But, you know, you feel like you can get out there and join them as well, and then maybe we'll see in the next generations that you'll actually see some openly gay hockey players out there in the NHL, perhaps. Jenny? It's
a really important night. I also do want to follow up more about your hockey skills, but we'll save that for another time. Have so much fun tonight, Ariel, and good luck to the Avs. Thank you. A lot of schools really want kids to have a chance to learn and play music, but districts really struggle to find and afford the instruments. That is why 9 News is partnering with the Bringing Music to Life Instrument Drive that asks the public to donate used trumpets or cellos or trombones or whatever you might have laying around to help programs like this one, the Jefferson Junior Senior High School in Edgewater. This drive benefits programs all around the state. So if you have some instrument collecting dust in the closet, think about bringing it so that a student can discover the joy of playing music.
So if you've got an instrument like that sitting at home collecting dust, it's a big ask for us to say, hey, would you consider donating it? But it's really important. You're really giving the opportunity for a kid who doesn't have one to experience something that you got to enjoy.
Bringing Music to Life starts tomorrow, runs through March 19th. There are drop-off sites located throughout the state, and they will take used instruments and monetary donations to repair instruments.